Okay, welcome everyone. Once again, today we will be starting a new session with active and passive voice, and we have very successfully finished present tense. Today we will be dealing with simple past tense. Okay. Now, I told you in the previous class also that if you know present tense very clearly, it is not difficult to learn past tense. Now, why it is not difficult to learn past tense? It is because if you open all the formulas of your present tense, okay, all the formulas starting from simple present, present continuous to present perfect, okay, I'm talking about voice change, okay, formulas here in voice change, okay. So if you open those formulas, if you see those formulas, there's only one change that you have to make, and we will go tense wise. If you compare simple present tense with simple past tense, the only difference is the verb, okay, the only difference is the verb here. The verb in the simple present tense is in the basic form, okay, and the verb in the simple past tense is in past form. I have already explained you there are three forms of verbs. There are three forms of verbs, not tense, okay, I'm talking of forms. I have already told you there are three forms of verbs, and that is why I tell you to uh, search the videos in the channel OmniGyan, because I have explained the differences between forms and tenses. Tenses and forms are different. So three forms of verbs are present, past, and past participle. Okay, so the three forms of verbs are present, past, and past participle. Present form present form is also known as first form, okay. Past form is also known as second form. No need to write, it's okay if you don't write also, because I'll be uploading this in the channel in any ways. And the past participle is known as the third form, and that is why if you check your formulas, the previous formulas that we have done on present tense, you will see that I have used verb third form. So verb third form here signifies past participle form of the verb, okay. Now in simple past tense, okay, it is very easy. In simple past tense, in the active voice, what you see is that in the active voice you will find the verb in the past tense. You won't find verb in the present tense. So in active voice, you will find the verb in the past form, not tense, I'm sorry, in the past form, okay. Now what you have to do is that, as usual, when you change from active to passive in passive voice, you have to change the verb into past participle form, into third form. All right. Now, because we are separately doing present tense, past tense, and then we will be doing future tense also. So now it will be very easy for you, but in the exam, you will not get it separately. In the exam, you won't get any of the exercises separately on simple, separately on present tense, on past tense, or on future tense. Okay. From any tense, they may give you exercise, and you will have to identify the tense from the verb in the sentence, and then you know use the formulas accordingly, okay. Now we'll straight on move to we'll straight on move to the formulas, okay. So simple past tense, I have defined simple past tense in your 10th chapter also. Simple past tense means any action that had happened in the past, okay. Any action that occurred in the past is called simple past tense. Now we will straight away jump to the formulas, because for definitions you can check the tense, okay. So we'll jump on to the formulas. Okay, now I told you already, if you open your simple present tense formulas, you can just open your simple present tense formulas, and what you'll find is that only one minor change you have to make there. Okay, all right, so the formulas goes in this way. Now, if you check the formula for simple present tense, what you will find is that there was is, am, are here, and that has replaced was or were. Okay, there was is, am, are here, and that is replaced by, okay, there was is, am, are here, and that is replaced by was or were. Okay, was or were. So everywhere in the simple past tense you have to use was and were only. The rest of the formulas remain same. The rest of the formulas will remain same. Okay, so number two is, we began with is, am, are in the simple present tense, so we will begin with, so everywhere wherever there is, am, are, you have to replace it with was or were. The rest remains same. Okay, the rest remains same. By plus subject, and then question mark. Okay, now here you have to remember one thing. In number 2, if the question begins with did, then you have to begin with either was or were, depending upon the object. If the object is singular, then was. If the object is plural, then were. Okay, number 3 number 3 will be with interrogative word. Okay, so interrogative word plus was or were plus object plus third verb plus by plus plus subject. Next, you already know who, and when there is who, you begin with whom. I'm sorry, by whom. Okay, as we already know, we cannot repeat by, so instead of by, we will use those 4 prepositions: to, with, at, in, plus subject. And number 5, which is the last one, is if there is whom, then you will have to begin the sentence with who. Okay, so these are the rules. These are the formulas. I'm sorry, these are the formulas. Okay, number one, as I told you, only number one is assertive, and the rest are all interrogative. Okay, so what we will do is that we will try to put the formulas according to the exercises. Okay, okay, let us do some examples. Okay, so let us solve some examples here. Okay, you need not write this for the time being, because I already told you that you have already done simple present tense, and in simple present tense you had is mr. If wherever there is mr, just delete is mr and put was or were there. That's it. That is the only thing that you'll have to do. Just delete is mr and put was or were there. That's all. That's the only thing that you have to do. The rest is all fine. Okay, now let us try to do some examples here. Okay, okay, so examples, and the way we will do in that way only. Okay, we'll solve it formula wise. So say formula number one is assertive sentence, so we will do an assertive sentence. Say every child carried a bag. Okay, so the answer is, first of all, as I always tell you, that first of all you will have to find the subject and the object. Okay, so subject in this case is every child, so every child is the subject. What you can do is that you can underline and write s for subject, and then you can underline and write a bag as object o. Now in some sentences today I'll show you, if there are that day also I have shown you actually, but today also I'll show you that if there are two objects, then what you will have to do: first object and second object, direct object and indirect object. Okay, yesterday I had given you a note that direct object is always a noun. There was actually a mistake there. A direct object can be a noun as well as a pronoun also. Okay, direct object can be a noun as well as a pronoun also. You can check the channel OmniGyan. I have pinned in the comment section below. Okay, I have corrected in the comment section below because I cannot edit the video again. So I've commented in the comment section that direct object can be a noun or a pronoun as well, but indirect object is not like that. Okay, so every child carried a bag. So a bag is the object. So what we do is that we bring a bag in the beginning. So a bag. Now because it is a bag, we are talking one single bag. So a bag was. So we'll put was here. Okay, object plus was where. So we will put was because a bag is singular. So a bag was carried. Third form of the verb is again carried only. Okay, carry, carried, carried. So third form of the verb is carried. Okay, so a bag was carried, and then we put by, and then by plus subject. Subject is every child. A bag was carried by every child. All right. Okay, let us move on to example 2 then. Example 2, I told you if there is did, then you have to begin with either was or were. So say for example the sentence begins with did. Say, did you waste money? So you here is subject because you is doing the action. Okay, you can underline and write S. Money is object. You can underline and write O. Did you waste money? Waste is the verb here. Okay, so when there is did, you have to begin the sentence, your answer with either was or were. Okay, so money is considered to be singular. Okay, we don't say money is singular. Okay, it's a collection. So collection is considered to be one unit. So money. Okay, so because money is singular and money is the object, we put was and then object. Rule number 2. Okay, if there is did, you have to begin either with was or were depending on the object. If object is singular, like in this case, object is singular, money is singular, so we use was, the word was before money. Okay, so here was and then object is money, and then we have verb third form and then by and then subject. So let us go according to the formula. Was money, and then verb third form is waste, wasted, wasted, wasted. Was money wasted, and then by, and then subject is you. Was money wasted by you? Was money wasted by you? Then very quickly we move on to the third example. Okay, and the third formula here, interrogative word, and I told you interrogative words are was, why, when, how, whose, which. Okay, only who and whom, these two words will not come here in active and passive voice. Who and whom, there is a different rule for who and whom. Okay, but except for who and whom, all the other interrogative words come under this formula number 3. So let me give you the sentence. Why did you miss the train? And what did I tell you yesterday? I told you that if your question is beginning with interrogative word, you have to begin your answer also with interrogative word. So we begin with why only. Okay, so why. There is did. Again, when there is did, either was or were. Okay, now which one will you use? That depends according to the object. That depends on the object. So object is the train is singular, so why was and then object, the train. Okay, so why was the train? Here interrogative word plus was oblique were. So we have used was because object, which is the train, that is singular. Okay, so why was the train, then verb third form, miss becomes missed, and then by plus subject is you because you is doing the action here. By you. I told you that subject is either a noun or a pronoun. Object also is either a noun or a pronoun. Okay, then example number 4 according to rule number 4. Who. Now, this is an example of double objective object. This is an example of double object. Okay. Now, there is no subject here in this sentence. There is no subject because I told you subject is somebody who does the action. Now, here in this particular sentence, who is doing the action is not shown. Okay. So, who is doing this action? Who is doing this action is not shown in this particular sentence. Okay. So, we have two objects here. One is this job, okay, and another is so nicely. Okay, I am marking this as blue so that you can understand. Okay, so we have two objects. This is one object and this is the other object. All right. So what we do is that because there is who, we begin with by whom, and we don't have subject. So by whom and then was, because this job is one. This job is one. So by whom was this job. Now here is did here, right? So you will think that did becomes was. No. This did is action verb. Do, did, and this did will become done. And if you notice the sentence, there is no other verb. Is there any verb here? Do not mix this did with this did. There are, see, look at example number 3. This particular did is an example of auxiliary because we already have the principal verb, the main verb, the action verb miss here. Okay. So in this case, we do not have any action verb. We have only did, and we know that without a verb, in active and passive voice, without a verb, there will be no sentence. Okay, a sentence cannot exist without an action verb. Okay, so this did is actually the action verb. This did is actually the action verb. So do, did, and done. So by whom was this job done? And then exactly after the verb, what we do is that we put so nicely. Okay, done so nicely. Okay. So we move on to the last example, which is example number 5. So whom. Okay. Whom did you beat? Say for example. Now in this particular sentence there is no object. We only see the subject here. There is no object. Okay, there is no object. We only see the subject here. Subject is you. You here, you is doing the action of beating, but to whom? To whom you is beating, that person or that particular thing is not mentioned. So there is no object. And in case there is no object, I told you in the earlier classes also, in case if there is no object, no problem, just leave out object, delete it. If there is no object, we do not need object then. So we will shift from was or were to the third verb third form. That's it. If there is no object, Okay, if there's no object, if there, I'm sorry, here I made a mistake, there should be subject here. Okay, okay, if there is no object, if there is no object or no subject, it doesn't matter. Okay, if there is no subject, we will stop right after the verb, and if there is no object, then we will jump onto the verb after was or were. Okay, all right. So this is as simple as that. Okay, so here in this example, whom did you beat? So we begin with who. Okay, whom becomes who according to the rule. Whom becomes who. So who was. Okay, because we do not know whether whether that person whom this you had beaten, that person is singular or plural, so we will assume it to be singular only. So who was, and then I told you there is no object, so who was, we go on directly to verb. Okay, who was, verb becomes beat, beaten. Who was beaten. Okay, from object to from was or were to directly we move on to verb. Okay, object is missing, so we will jump. Okay, so who was beaten, and then by plus subject, by you, you is the subject, by you, and then question mark.